All right, I just want to give you an overview of everything. The lights up above, I have on the wiper switch, and they are touchy just because I used the old 12-volt rail. And so you see I just touched the wires and they come on. So I just think that these old connectors just don't get very good connection. Sometimes it's even the fuse for the 12-volt setup. So 12 volt over here, this is the battery voltage over here. And hopefully a little bit of this is self-explanatory, but yeah, because we have the battery voltage that has to come in to this, and then the signal wires that run out from this to the shunt. So that's the shunt. So then the signal wires would be the yellow and the blue one that come up from the bottom, and those measure the amp draw from and read it out here. So you can read the amps when you're driving. You can read the amps. You can read and it knows the voltage, so it converts it to the watts for you. So you can see the kilowatts that you're drawing. Obviously the headlights are on this switch. So the key, just so you know, has been touchy on me, but I would have replaced it, but I didn't have a different key. They're pretty cheap on Amazon, like $7. But it had its moments where it did it, and then it's kind of stopped and hasn't done it in a while. So it just so wiggling it seems to be better now. But just so you know that. I have not switched the wires around yet. So forward is reverse, reverse is forward. I would say at this point you can probably switch them around if you want. It's just a matter of switching. I'm not sure which one you got to switch, but there's that. So then this, I have the case. I'll include the rest of the case that I made for this. You can use it if you want, or you cannot. I added a contactor for when the key comes on, it supplies this power. When this gets power, it gives the contactor voltage. So this is an under voltage protection, so I have it set already, and it should shut off at like 30 volts, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I have it set to 30 volts, so 30 volts it should shut off the power to the contactor, so then the car won't move. So you'll have to charge it, and it'll have to come up 6 volts before this board will begin giving the contactor power again. The breaker here is another way to kill the power manually to it, and I actually ordered another breaker that's more appropriately sized, but I don't think it'll be here before you guys pick it up. This over here, I'm actually not using it, but it's an over voltage protection board, and I'm just going to leave it because I'm hooking in the solar through that. Maybe I'll change that. Maybe that won't be there when you get it, but so that's kind of the overview of, I think, everything. This is not functional. You can try to make it functional if you want. I just left it in there because it looks cool. So this, I used to have the key switch this wire. So this wire runs from these. So you'll see this on the sheet for the controller, but this wire here, which I used to switch, basically loops around and comes to the ground, which is the yellow one here. And so when I would when I would key that switch, it would kill the signal to the controller, and the controller would stay on, but it would no longer receive a signal input from the pedal. So then this would be the 5 volts that go to the pedal, and this would be the signal wire from the pedal, so it knows what to do. Kind of feels loose.